Good afternoon to all. A few tips I am adding with my own profile. Presently, I'm Honorable Gujarat Governor's Ayurveda physician, and I was the physician to Narendra Bhai Modi when he was CM in Gujarat. Still, the position is I'm continuing. My respected Rajagopalan sir is sitting here. I think he will can able to speak more about peace and medicine. But my speech is not merely on words. It's an experience of the peace which I came across my life. Because we are the people used to see the struggles of the life 24 hours. So how the peace is getting and how the peace is diluted and how the peace is flying off. In a realistic sense, we are the victims and we are the monitors. Sir is not an ordinary man. We in the medical fraternity consider as the father of palliative care in India. If he is not available, the knowledge of palliation or the intensity of the palliation, how the peace has to reach in the palliative care because of his effort reached into India. His Padma Shri is not merely a Padma Shri that you used to get by morning Padma Shri, noon Padma Bhushan, evening Padma Vibhushan. This is around 10 years back, this was the Indian characteristic. Morning we get Padma Shri, afternoon we get the same person will get the Padma Bhushan. At the time of announcement, it is Padma Vibhushan. Anyway, Padma will be there. Bhushans are changing. He got Padma Shri because of his contribution. Why I want to tell? Because I know him personally for a long years. So when Rajagopalan sir is sitting here to speaking on behalf of peace and medicine, is a very, very hard task. But one grace point I have, the branch of system that I am representing is not gone into his mind. That will be, maybe, but that is one of the proud moments. Wherever I go, where I will travel throughout the world, generally people used to ask, can you give a very abridged, a small, a definition of health? When I gone through the literature of Sharagas, Sushruta, Vagbhada, Madhavagarya, like the giants of Ayurveda, the abridged version of the health basically is the synonym of peace. Life is very simple, same time very subtle. Life is very easy, same time very complicated. Life is travel from comfort to happiness. This is the basic message of medicine. We are trying for that, but we are failing in it. We make people not comfort. We want to see the people happy. This is the motto of Ayurveda. But in the travel, many things are missing. Medicine became the savior. Medicine is only a comfort. If you take a modern medicine, if you take an allopathy medicine, whatever medicine exists, it's only a comfort. But the comfort is not changing into the happiness. The process is getting diluted. Hardly we get that kind of a sense in front of my patients. During the time of riot in Gujarat, in the midnight, a person ran into my house. He used to wear a topi. That area is called Juhapura, a very rich Muslim area, half bleeded. He knocked my door. It was around 11:30. And I opened. And he told me, Doctor, I want to meet you. I want to get some suggestion from you. Is it possible? And I told, why not? No, I'm a Muslim. When I told him, you are a Muslim, but my problem is you are very slim. That is my concern. Whether you are Muslim or a Hindu or a Sikh or a Jew, whatever it be. My main concern is you are very slim. What happened to you? Doctor, that is a big story. Then I got a lot of messages from different area the days afterwards. Then I told an Ayurveda physician, Sarva Dharma Samabhavana is the logo and the motto of Ayurveda. In front of me, I'm not seeing a Muslim in front of me, I'm not seeing a Christian and a Hindu, I'm seeing a life. Whether he represents a caste, creed and any color, it's not a concern. But the time when I move from the chair, I have my own prejudice. I'm a Hindu, very strong Hindu. Very strong Hindu with a very my own belief in it. That doesn't mean that I'm not hating other religion, caste and creed. My practice message is I have to maintain my religion, my peace. At the same time, I want to see this has to be prevailed in the person approaching me. When this process is not happening, I'm really sorry. We had seen series of lectures here. And it gives, there is peace, this is the problem, this is the thing, these are the peace methodology. The practice of the peace is an important. We are validating the peace, but we are not practicing the peace. This is the problem. Each time if we go to different stages, different plethora of high profile, innovative area, we have terminological jargons. Beyond that, there should be a practical thing is needed. Why I'm telling, the travel from comfort to happiness is told by a system. I'm afraid that this kind of a very small definition can be achieved or mentioned by any other system in the world. I don't know why. Ayurveda is a life. We never treat a patient, we treat a life. When we start treating a life, we start feeling the value of the peace. When value is validated properly, that will be implemented into a strong society. There is an Hamas, there may be Mudas, whatever it be. But if what happens in Israel, what happens in Palestine, is a debatable thing. But in front of us, beyond that, there is the cry, bleed, pain of human life. The cry, bleed, pain of a human life comes to our friend, then naturally a peace became highly validated entity in your life. I do feel that most of the time the peace comes as an injury time goal. Peace is an injury time goal, unpredictable. Ayurveda say, there are two types of peace. One is sukha, another is asukha. Where there is a sukha, you have peace. Where there is an asukha, the peace is not there. So after mentioning hidahidam sukham dukkham, ayustasya hidahidam manam cha tachyatroktam sa samadhanam uchyate. Sa Arogyamuchare. Where there is sukha, where there is asukha. Moving from sukha, asukha to sukha is called health. That is called peace. My practical suggestion to achieve a peaceful mind and peaceful body, we need certain basic characteristics. The first one is dinacharya. I'm talking about the international peace. No, I'm talking about a simple individual peace. If you are not able to having an individual peace, international peace is only a pictorial demarcation. Dinacharya. Respect a day. How many people? Somebody will wake up at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Now the modern standard is 12 o'clock is the waking time. Because in Gujarat, the office starts at 11:30. Why? Because we are the late sleepers. So we have to wake up late. Waking, eating. Sun comes at a particular time, goes at a particular time. Heat comes at a particular time, goes. But we are not. That is the juncture. This is we called in Ayurveda Janapada Udvamsagam. This is the first thing which distracts the peace. Dinacharya. Second is Ruducharya. Are we living comfortable with each Rudu? We know the capacity of the Rudu, what is happening in each Rudu. If we are not living accordance with the Rudu, we get agitated. The human body system, the metabolism, or the homeostasis that we call it, get disturbed. We are not leading a perfect life in a day, and we are not respecting the Ruducharya and Dinacharya. No doubt the adrenaline, the pathophysiology of the peace, the medical peace, the adrenaline pump, the serotonin level, the acetylcholine in our brain get disturbed. Then you have to approach, not for the symposium of peace, you have to approach a doctor. Sometimes peace has to get through proper medication. Wherever the lagging of peace comes, I do feel that preachers, okay, well and good. Along with that, some treatment also needed. We have lot of commissions. I used to say, India require the Constipation Commission of India. Because constipation is one of the biggest problem. If you are a constipated person in the morning, where the peace will come? I'm very, very simple, basic things I'm discussing. You see, modern lifestyle. We are talking about modern lifestyle. We are reading about it. Very simple. How many people get a proper bowel movement in the morning? Like, when Narendra Bhai used to speak about a drainage system and kakus, and people started blaming him. He is the man of kakus. Wherever go, he tells kakus, kakus, kakus. But that's an important thing. So, there are dinacharya, ruducharya, ahara upakramaniyam. What you eat, that you. The food has got three entities: Sushma, Adisushma, Sthula. The food that you are eating. The Sthula became your body. Sushma became excreta. Adisushma became your mind. What you eat, that is your mind. If you have a carnivorous eating habit, your mind is also carnivorous. So, ahara upakramaniyam. How to eat, how to approach towards a food. Whatever you are is not because of medicine, is not because of the lot of gadgets working in your human body. Whatever you are, that is because of the food that you are eating. Ahara is the main entity. Even disturbed ahara, in oncology, and he is the right person, most of the oncological condition, the food is the main culprit. If you are not having a proper food style, your condition of the body and your condition of the mind is just wavered. In a wavering body and wavering mind, how you can able to find out a peaceful condition? If a society is not comfortable with health, can you feel there is going to be a cordial peace? I don't feel. To achieve peace in health, 4 characters I told you, ahara, ruducharya, dinacharya, ahara upakramaniya, aushadha upakramaniya. This particular point, I have some discussion and debate with modern medicine. Aushadha upakramaniya. In a world, there is only 120 maximum, or 45 to 120 medicines are needed in a world where we have more than 1,000 medicines are bombarded. To writing a prescription which is not comfortable to the human body, where the peace is getting distorted. Aushadha upakramaniya. I told about the Janapada Udhamsam. I think the COVID-19 was one of the biggest threat than Second World War. Why it happened? It is because of our own distorted regime in the life. And what happened afterwards? The entire world was in a massacre-like condition. It's not because of the war, it's not because of the fighting between human beings. It is between and simple micro organism and a human body. We won't be able to recognize it. That time we started the war. We started the war against the virus, and virus planned a particular type of a behavior, mutation. We fight, it changes its body. We fight, it changes its the body. The problem, where we the doctors reached into a problem, we don't have a consensus with the virus. Virus is also alive. We don't have a consensus. When consensus reached, then the vaccine is coming. When we start fighting, the human body is the best messenger of the peace. All the organs are working together in a very competitive way, very attractive way. When liver is not properly responded with the pancreas, and pancreas is not responded properly with the intestine, and the heart is not properly responded with the lungs, and the lungs is not properly responded with the brain, we call multi-organ failure. Multi-organ failure means the death of the peace. There are a lot of examples we get from our human body that we have to study it properly. Because Madam told a few people has to go early by flight, but I don't have any problem. I am coming in chartered flight. So I couldn't be able to drag it. The one more thing, there is in Ayurveda we call Pada Chadushtayam. How many people heard about that? I don't know. Pada Chadushtayam, which is very related with peace. There are 4 factors needed for a healthy human body which create a peaceful life. Doctor, Bishak, Drivya, Ubasthada, Bishak, Dravyani, Ubasthada, Rogi. Bishak, Drivya, Ubasthada and Rogi. Bishak means doctor. Drivya means medicine. Ubasthada means the supporting person. Rogi means patient. There is a rhythmatic relation in between. If the relation spoil, the treatment gets spoiled. To maintain a good health, to maintain a good human life, and to maintain a peace in the society, the Pada Chadushtaya has to reach. Where we, the Ayush committee, After 2014, the committee is very strongly working behind this one to inculcate a very serious debate on this particular subject. Yesterday was Yoga Day. Yoga became an abhyasa. Yoga became an abhyasa, then became a sasana, then became a manufacturing, then became a sale. I'll see you a very simple example. The air is in the universe. We are taking air through our own method by nostrils. We are inspiring and expiring. Air in the universe, it is free. That air we are inspiring and expiring by the methodology. But for the process, we have to give money to somebody. I'm not blaming. The free air in the universe, and we are inspiring and expiring, and money has to give to somebody. This is called abhyasa. Yoga is an interaction between two people, two persons. Now yoga became abhyasa, 20,000, 30,000 people, and one man is doing acrobatic, other pupils are following it. It became a show. So why is this very important? Patanjali Yoga, because Patanjali Yoga propagated very comfortably. Dr. Iyengar given a particular notion into that, and later Iyengar Yoga converted into economical yoga. Now we are seeing economical yoga. I think the relation between Sudama and Sri Krishna is the ideal symbol of yoga. Yoga is not an exercise. Yoga is not an exercise. Exercise is a physiotherapy we call Vyayamam. Yoga is a coordination of your joints with your mind. And you are becoming a dramatic movement. A coordination between joint and the mind. And physiotherapy nowadays became yoga, and yoga became business. This is also making problem for the neo-realistic lagging of peace. Again, this condition we have to validate peace, not in an ordinary condition. Another tip to achieve the peace: Ahara nidra maidunaschedi tristhunam samrakshade bodhi sharirana. Aharam, nidra, maidhuna. Ahara means food, I mentioned to you. Nidra, the proper sleep. If you are not properly sleeping, how you can able to think about the peace? Minimum 8 hours sleep is very important for an individual. I know one of my friend used to go and give preachers for spiritual preachers, and he is also speaking for on behalf of peace. But in the night he required 2 Manasamitran Gulika from my side. Okay? I come into the first point again, the travel from, because I don't have time, that's why, travel from comfort to happiness. I told you, no? This man, my friend, constructed a house which is 1 bedroom is 410 square feet, where we can able to have a Brazil-Argentina football match. And he invited me to see the particular room, and he told me not to comment about the room. You have to say whether it is good or bad. Then I told him, if you are bringing me to see your room, at least I have to give some comment, you know. This is good, why? This is bad, why? No, if you give a comment, our relation will spoil off. It's a big man, huge man. I respect it. And one fine day, we together traveled to Mehmedabad, from Ahmedabad to Mehmedabad, nearly 100 kilometers, in a very cold, chilly December. After 12:30, we are returning from Mehmedabad to Ahmedabad. In a particular area, we stop the vehicle. We are tired. We want to take a kitli. In North India, we use the word kitli, the half and half of the chai. the 1/4 of this one. This is called kitli. We took a kitli chai, and my friend looked into one area. There is a heap of these stone pieces, which is used for the construction of the road. Some object is there. Then he told me something is there. We both gone together. There was a small girl sleeping in North India in December month. We have shirt, blanket, sweater, then a shawl. Then even afterward we are trembling. Then this man told, no, this is a small girl. How she's sleeping? No, let call her, give some money. Then I told him not to do that. She will slap in your face. She is sleeping very comfortably. Disturbing a sleep is the biggest problem. Then I told my friend, now to give a comment about the room you are introduced to me nearly 1 year back. I have to give a comment. And my relation spoiled with you, let it be. Then I told, this is the difference between comfort and happiness. The sleep is happiness. Where you sleep is your comfort. After 12 o'clock, you are sleeping in 40,000, 1 lakh, 1.3 lakhs, a cushioned bed. And after the sleep, and that girl, and you are saying, and instead of that, you are taking 2 Manasamitram from me. So, cloth is happiness. The cost of that cloth is our comfort. The travel is our happiness. The method by which we are traveling is our comfort. I have 20,000 cost of my shirt, and I am very proud. I have 20,000. It's my comfort. It's not my happiness. A person is wearing only 1,000, 1,500 cost shirt. So whenever we go to the life, this has to be discriminated. I used to tell my patient, keep your hands like this whenever you go to malls and big shopping center. Because 90% of the material we buy will throw off within 6 months. 67% of our income is merely spending for unnecessary purpose. Then you are debating about international peace. For health, we are spending 1.2 paise. For beauty product, we are spending around 40-45 paise. Then we are discussing about international peace. I'm concluding because I don't have enough time. I love India. Not because I have been long here. Not I cultivated any idiocracy of life, but illumined words of consciousness and the peace issued from the lips of the sages during the stormy period of political convulsion and national destruction. Still, I am proud to be an Indian. When I say Indian, I get trembling throat. Why? India is the only country, only piece of land where we can able to see the original peace. We are lucky people. But when it will move away from our side, we don't know. Where we compare about Latin American, Europe and African countries, we are so lucky people. Why? We have tolerance, we have acceptance, we have assimilation. That's why Swami Vivekananda told, look into India when you go to Chicago, look into India. We tolerate it, we accept it, so that we are living. Come to India, look into India. You can able to take enough, but we are not that wealthy people. Put money into us. My humble request, tomorrow peace should not be a commodity. Not to go to each shop and buy, I need 100 grams of peace. Peace has to be cultivated within. So as a medical practitioner, my peace, or the peace I felt by the compassion, the love the patients are showing to us. It's a great occasion because I do have a great respect for Swamiji. I know a lot of Swami Chinmayananda was my neighbor. I have a very good connection. I'm a disciple of Swami Ranganathananda of Belur Mutt. We are from the both same village, Tirkur. I know Amritanandamayi. Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, we worked together when he was a disciple of Mahesh Yogi. After all seeing in my life, because my brother is a sannyasi of Sri Ramakrishna order. But one thing, I'm very proud to be here. Hariprasad Swami is the only person who stood strongly behind a subject without wavering. Whether it is positive or whether it is negative, whatever the comment comes or not, and he stood. The peace and reconciliation. Sticking on to one matter, sticking on to basic thing is an importance of a sannyasi. Otherwise, sannyasam became a disease. Ayurveda, Unmada, Abhasmara, Sannyasa are mental diseases. Unmada, Abhasmara, Sannyasa are the three mental diseases. Most of the centers, Sannyasa became a mental disease, but very few centers, it became a soul, a spiritual entity. That I used to feel from here, because I know him from last 2014 onwards. No single deviation. Whatever happens, no single deviation. He stood on this point. He debating this subject. That's why tomorrow, if India discuss about the peace, tomorrow India, the political India, the creative India, the cultural India, the sportive India, planning to discuss and validate peace, Sri Hariprasad Swamiji and Vishnu Mohan Foundation and Sadguru has to be in the front side. He is the right person. So my humble pranam, because from 2014 onwards I am getting a stage to share my idea and ideology. Maybe right, may not be. My humble pranam to Swamiji. I do pray for his health. His health which is comfortable is equal to the peace of the society. He has to be healthy. Then I'll tell the society will be healthy. And we have to pray for the peace, so that we have to pray for Swamiji's health. Then the peace will prevail. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Once again, my humble regards to all the listeners. Thank you.